lovely Geminis. I hope you guys are well. This is Debs, and this is your reading for June 2025. Now, Gemini, I came out of meditation with a sort of question mark in my head because I was actually brought to a hospital environment, and don't worry, nothing's happening to anyone out there, okay? This is just symbolism. I was taken to a hospital environment, and there was the sister of the ward talking to a group of junior nurses. And what she was saying was, the people that come into this ward are not only unwell, but they're also very stressed. And for some of them, they're sat in fear because they've no idea whether or not they're truly going to get well or not for some of them. And the junior nurses were saying, well, yes, but it's very difficult. You know, we're really busy. We have to do this. We have to do that. We've got to make sure that we follow protocol. We've got to make sure that these people actually get well. What she was basically saying was, we've just got to handle as many patients as we possibly can in the time that we have on the ward. But the sister said again, yes, but I'd rather you handle fewer patients and make sure that you do it in a calm, very positive manner. So any fears are alleviated and you give each patient the time that they need rather than trying to tick the boxes. Okay, great. We've had 20 patients in today, 20 patients out. We've done our quota. She's saying you need to just consider that these people, yes, they need to be healed physically, but also part of our job is to make sure that they leave feeling psychologically more at peace, calmer, more relaxed, relieved maybe. Interesting. So Gemini, it may well be that somebody is jumping into your life. They may have a lot to say. They may be a little bit brash in how they say something. You may be given the job, Gemini, of sort of calming this person down a little bit and forcing them to take it slowly, because they may have a tendency of sort of jumping towards you, saying what they need to say, sort of ticking the box and then leaving. Now, Gemini, this could be you. I don't know, guys. But let's get into this and find out where this is going to go. My setup's slightly different. I've recently moved, guys. I'm going to be tweaking it, so it's going to look a little better in the next few weeks, okay? I've got a soundboard, I've got a sound blanket, but I'm in a different place, and so the audio may not be exactly the same. Bear with me. All right, my lovely Geminis, let's get into this. Archangel Michael, what do we have for Gemini? Yes, very interesting. I'm seeing a nurse bend down and rip a sort of plaster off a wound of an old man, and he's smarting and saying, oh, can you just be a little bit more gentle? She's saying, yeah, well, okay. She's swabbing it with antiseptic, she's slapping another plaster, and she's saying, okay, you're good to go. And he's looking at her as if, oh my goodness, I'm feeling a bit traumatized, right? It was a bit harsh, it was a bit painful. Yes. And the ward sister's looking at the nurse thinking, okay, I need to have a word. I need to have a word because that's not good. I don't know, Jem, whether or not you feel somebody's just being very efficient with you, but they're lacking compassion, they're lacking sensitivity. Okay, Gemini, 9 of Swords. Somebody here is incredibly stressed. They're having sleepless nights. Gem, it could be you. I'm hoping not, but it could be you. I'm now seeing another nurse taking over from the previous nurse who's been sort of called back by the sister. And the other nurse has a completely different demeanour. She's smiley, she's saying to him, don't worry, are you okay? Do you want a little bit more antiseptic cream? Why don't we go and get you a nice cup of tea? And he's grabbing his cane and he's sort of hobbling after her and he's saying, oh, thank you. It's very stressful being in this environment. Yeah, so there's something here about the way something is done. There needs to be compassion and kindness and sensitivity behind what is said. Gem, you may feel somebody's just a bit too blunt with you. You know? The Hanged Man. Pisces energy. You may feel, Gemini, as if you've been self-sacrificing. You may feel a bit raw at this time. You may feel a little sensitive. Crossing that is the Lovers. Gemini energy. Yeah, Gem, this is you, guys. This is you needing to make a choice. You may feel as if you've been self-sacrificing long enough. So, Gem, are you about to say something that might come across as being a bit harsh? I don't know. Let's just carry on, guys. Ooh, interesting. Knight of Swords in the past. So, Gemini, either somebody was very blunt and harsh with you, or you may have said something and then regretted it. Oh, I didn't mean it to come out that way. I didn't mean to say it like that, right? And guys, everybody's done and said something and you wish you could just turn back the clock. No judgment. Okay. King of Swords. All right. Now, Gem, I think this is you guys. And I have to be honest. I think you're dealing with somebody highly stressed who's been self-sacrificing. They may feel stuck in a situation. You may have been very blunt with this person in the past. A little harsh, no padding. These are the facts, right? So to take it or leave it. They may have recoiled a little bit out of a sense of upset. It's as if they couldn't believe that you just said what you said in the way that you said it. Ace of Wands. Okay. In the immediate future, the King of Pentacles. Gemini, you're sitting in your logic and you're thinking about your stability. But there's a sense here, in the nicest sense, guys, that you may not be connected to your emotion relating to this situation. This could be a warning reading. It could be the divine saying, okay, Gemini needs to know how this person is feeling. This is someone stressing out. This is somebody upset. This is somebody who feels strung up. This is somebody who feels they've been sacrificing. They're very nervous. You need to be a bit more compassionate. Treat this person gently with kid gloves. Understand that they may be going through a difficult time. And watch your words, Gemini. Watch the way you say things. Maybe in order for you to get the result that you want, right? In your fears. Page of Cups. Okay. Gemini, you're actually approaching someone here with an apology. But the way that you plan on doing it is very blunt. Almost, these are the facts. This is what's happened. I'm sorry. But they want you to soften that. This is you nervous because what you're planning on doing is saying sorry to someone about something. It could be, sorry, I drew you into a third party. Sorry, I cheated on you. Sorry, I had a one-night stand. I mean, guys, we have the Lovers, okay? We got the Ace of Wands, and we have somebody here who is highly stressed. Now, either Gemini, they already know what you did, and you haven't yet come out with the absolute truth. This is you thinking, okay, I think they know, but I want to be honest with them and admit that they were right. This is what I did. And you want to apologize. But Gemini, you are not connected to your emotions at all. And that is what I think the divine is asking you to look at. In your person's energy, yeah, Four of Swords. They're feeling very raw. They're feeling very upset. It's as if they're nervous pertaining to what you're going to come out with, and they're trying to heal. They're trying to heal, Gemini. This is almost someone who is inside suffering from trauma, having found out something, or maybe someone relayed the fact that you weren't faithful or something like that. It's as if they want you to tell them how you really feel because they already know the facts. Okay, Gemini, you're telling me you cheated on me, you're telling me I was a third party, or you're telling me you had a one-night stand. But how do you feel? Do you care about me? Do you care about the other person? What do you want here? Because all you're doing is coming in saying, yeah, sorry, I know I'm in a commitment, but I cheated, and I just wanted to say sorry. Are you saying it very quickly, almost like ripping off a Band-Aid, because you're afraid of their reaction? That finally they know that you weren't faithful, or they know that there was somebody else? It's almost as if you want to get the words out so the truth is on the table, and then you can sort of tick the box and head off in another direction, or tick the box and hope everything's just going to settle down. Gemini, it may not be that easy. The divine wants you to look at how you're doing this. In your hopes, 2 of Wands. Gemini, you're hoping to have the time to really think about what you want. You're almost hoping to have a little bit more time in order to make a really serious decision. Now, it could be, do you want to stay in a situation you're in, or do you want to head off and be with somebody else? The outcome, guys, the 10 of Cups. So, Gemini, the 10 of Cups is a beautiful energy because the 10 of Cups is happily ever after. It could be mending a family situation. But it all depends on whether or not you take this reading in the way that it was meant to be portrayed, which is just be very careful pertaining to how you say something, because someone here is feeling very nervous, they're stressed, they don't know what you're going to come out with, they think they know what you're going to come out with, but they're not certain. And it's almost as if they can't believe that you're sitting in this very logical energy. You're not feeling emotional, or you're not behaving as if you are truly sorry relating to this person. It's very matter of fact. Okay, this is what I did. Sorry about that. I just wanted to let you know that I feel bad about it. And then that's it. The divine wants you to really think about this. This is a future reading. Clarification for you, Queen of Swords. Gemini, you may have wondered why somebody was a little bit cold towards you. It's because, Gemini, with the 10 of Swords, they felt betrayed. They felt betrayed, deeply betrayed. Let's have a look at this person. 5 of Pentacles. They may be worried about finances. They might have felt left out in the cold by you. They may be thinking, 2 of Pentacles, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It might be based on what you're going to do, Gemini. If this is a partner, this is your person thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do if Gemini leaves. What am I going to do for money? I know that Gemini hasn't been very affectionate towards me recently. Maybe they're going to head off with their lover. I'm pretty sure they've been cheating on me. This is somebody really, really worried. If this is a third party, this is a third party who's got a lot on their plate. Again, they may be stressed about finances on a personal basis. And the last thing they want to cope with is you coming in basically saying, yeah, you know, if you figured out that I was married, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I am. I just wanted to apologize. It's as if I've done it. I don't have to worry about it anymore. The truth is out. But Gem, this person may feel that this is for your own sense of gratification. You want to do this because you feel guilty. You want to do this because you feel you should. You're not considering how this other person is going to feel when you say it, and when you say it in the way that you're going to say it, which is sort of, okay, this is what I did, sorry, can we just forget about it? Because this is a big deal for whoever this is. All right, guys. Let's just get into this and see what else comes through. Could be a relatively short reading for you, Gem. Michael doesn't want me to look under the deck and see any other cards. He's saying that's the main card that's important, the Nine of Swords. Okay. Could be your energy, Gems. Could be the energy of the person that you're about to speak to. So Archangel Michael, what is the Hangman and the Lovers for Gemini? Temperance. The angels are trying to guide you, Gemini. Or there could have been a situation with a Sagittarian. King of Cups. I think, Gemini, we've got 3 kings here, guys. I think, Gems, what the angels are saying to you, this is Archangel Michael, what the angel is saying to you is, please sit in your heart space when you have this conversation. You're a bit harsh and very logical and a bit blunt in the past. You're coming in basically speaking the truth in the future, but without any sense of maybe compassion. And they're really wanting you to think about what you're about to say and how it's going to affect this person. Yes, you plan on communicating. Okay. You plan on communicating. Strength card, Leo, that you are holding back your passions in the future. Because you know that you may well have sabotaged a situation. Okay. Gemini, you could be apologizing to a long-term partner. I think that's what we're looking at. I'm really sorry. This is what I did. It's past now. I'm not going to do it again. Can we just forget it? I'm sorry. It's a bit perfunctory, Gemini. Whereas your poor person has been stressing about this for a long time. Let's have a look at the past. Knight of Swords. You might have been very blunt and angry with someone in the past. An Empress. So Gemini, you may have flown off the handle at an Empress, or you may have spoken very harshly to your partner about the fact that you were ready to embrace change and move on. And when you did that, immediately you shifted into the energy of the Five of Cups. Why did I say it like that? Maybe your long-term partner was giving you a tough time. It might have been just a normal couple squabble, but you may have, out of the blue, said, okay, had enough. I think I want a separation. And she might have been flawed. After that time, Gemini, King of Swords, you may even have said to your person, I want to seek legal advice. I think it's the best thing to do. We should cut communication. I'm probably going to be moving out. I mean, it was just boom, 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 right? King of Swords, no emotion. Wow. And with the Two of Swords, you may even have cut off communication. Wow. Wow. Gemini. And you may have sought legal advice with the energy of justice, or you might have spoken very roughly to a Libra or a Taurian here. And then, Gemini, I think you sat looking at the past. If you're an older masculine, I think I'm dealing with a masculine, King of Swords, right? If you're an older masculine, you may have looked at memories of when your children were growing up, happy memories you had with your partner before maybe things weren't so happy. And I think you regretted saying what you said. With the Ace of Wands now, Gem, you're wanting a passionate new start. I actually feel you are trying to patch up a marriage here. Yes, you want to do the right thing. You're ready to act with integrity. You want a passionate new start. And with the energy of the Page of Pentacles, you may be thinking about your children. You may be buying your person a gift, right? You want to smooth the waters over, Gem. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, yeah. So King and Queen of Pentacles, Empress, I mean, Gemini, this is a marriage. It may be what you're thinking about is, I've got a stable connection. It hasn't been easy. Maybe you guys have been married for a long time. You're also thinking about a child or your children. And what you're realizing is, you do want to act with integrity. You do want to sort this out. But now you're worried, is it too late? Because your reaction in the past, Gemini, was, I have to say, quite hurtful to whomever your partner was. I mean, this is, okay, enough, right, divorce. Or I'm moving out of the house. I've had enough. I'm leaving. That was it. And so you're sat in fear with the moon that it's too late, that your person's not going to take you back. I think she will, because to be honest, with the Five of Pentacles, she's very stressed about feeling left out in the cold, that you're never going to return. You're going to decide to go and that's it. She's thinking about having to juggle money, or she's trying to keep herself busy, believing that you're sat on the fence trying to decide what you want to do. You are hoping to have some time, Gem, to be honest. Although what I see in the future is you actually mending this situation, this relationship. So if you're a cross-watcher out there for a Gemini masculine and you're in a serious relationship and you know your guy had a fling, it will all work out. But I think the lesson for this Gemini masculine is maybe to sit in the energy of love, compassion, sensitivity, because I think the lesson for this Gemini masculine is you need to think about how you say things to other people. Because whatever you said, Gemini, I think caused the tower for your person. You're trying to rebuild the tower. I think you can. But by coming in saying, yeah, okay, I cheated on you. Sorry about that. Can we just forget it? It's not the way you do it, Gemini. It's not the way you do it, Gem, okay? So, Archangel Michael, when do we have the King of Pentacles and the Four of Swords for Gemini? Thank you, Michael. I'm actually hearing the 18th of September. There may be a connection here with a Virgo. I'm also hearing the 26th and 27th of July is relevant. Let's have a look at your person, Gems. Let's have a look at your person. How is your person feeling when you communicate that you're sorry, you did cheat, I just want your forgiveness, can we just forget it? That's what you're going to say. What are they thinking? Well, hang on. Did you cheat on me before with other people? Was it just the one time? Was it a full-blown affair? Was it a one-night stand? She's very confused. She doesn't know if there were other women. She doesn't know, Gem. Yes, Queen of Wands. Who the hell was this woman? This is the other woman. Who the hell was this woman? I want to know about this other woman. Right? Yes, you were obviously overindulgent with a Queen of Wands. I want to know who is she? Does she live in the area? Does she know about me? Did you fall in love with her? Was it just lust? I mean, Gemini, you just want this done super fast. You want to rip off the Band-Aid. Okay, all healed. Let's forget about it. Let's move into the Ten of Cups again. No, Gem. She wants details. You're not going to like this, Gem, but she wants every single detail of what happened. Gem, you want this conversation over and done with as quickly as possible, and then sort of, can we get back to normal for now, right? Whereas this is someone, Gem, who may have been stressing about this for weeks or months, sleepless nights, feeling betrayed, right? She needs more, Gemini, from you. I think you feel so guilty, you just want to apologize and forget all about it, but it's not what she needs. She needs love, compassion, an explanation. You need to delve a little bit deeper, Gemini, and tell her what she needs to know, even if it's painful, even if you're there thinking, God, I hate this, it's so awful, I feel so guilty. You've just got to open up a bit more. Yeah. Because, Gemini, she doesn't know what's going to happen. She knows there was another woman, but she doesn't know anything about this other woman. She doesn't know if you fell in love. She doesn't know if you're actually planning on divorcing her in the end or walking out on her. She doesn't know. She's highly strung at this point of time. What are you going to say, Gemini? Yeah, I mean, in the nicest sense, Gem, what you're going to say is, she could be an Aquarian woman here. What you're going to say, Gemini, is, I just want to heal this. I'm sorry. Yeah, I cheated. What else are you going to say? I've been doing a little bit of soul searching and I'm really sorry. I think I sabotaged this. It's all very blunt. I sat in my shadow. I feel really bad. I kind of already feel as if I face karma for this. This woman could have been a Scorpio, or with the energy of the Death card, what you're saying, Gemini, is I'm changed, right? I've changed. I'm not going to cheat on you again. I've been looking at past mistakes. Gemini, it's all very blunt. Where's the emotion? Where is I still love you, or I don't know if I love you anymore? How do you feel? It's very cut and dried. It's as if you're reading off a checklist. Okay, I should say this, and then I should say that, and then I need to say that, and then hopefully she'll just drop it. This is very robotic, Gemini. How are you feeling deep down? Yeah, you see, you're burdened. Because you know that what you're saying is not enough, or it's a bit blunt, or you're hoping to have a 5-minute conversation and then, okay, shall we have a cup of tea? Or should we go out and have a drink? She's still reeling from this knowledge, from what she found out. What is the energy between you two? Yeah, this is a long-term partner. 10 of Pentacles, yeah. Possibly married, possibly for a long time. Or you two may have been living together, maybe with a child or children for a long time. So, Gem, 2 of Wands. You are hoping to have some time surreptitiously to really think about whether or not you do want to put a lot of effort into this relationship again. Even though what you're saying to your person is, I'm never going to cheat on you ever again. It was a one-off, it was a mistake, you know, I want to sort things out. Deep down, Gem, you're hoping to have time to really think about this. But the outcome is the 10 of Cups. So, Gemini, let's have a look. What is the 10 of Cups for my gems? Yeah, High Priest, okay. You may be married to a Taurian, or this may be a very, very traditional relationship. How does Gemini's partner feel at this point? She's still heartbroken, Gemini. It's not going to take a few days for her to get over this, Gemini. It may take months. Be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. How do you truly feel about your long-term partner, truly? Gemini, you still love your partner. I think you gave in to lust and desire. It was a one-off. I think that you two may have fallen into a little bit of a boring stage routine. You may have had a lot of flirtation with someone in particular. One thing led to the other. I think you guys are going to get back on track. Okay. Yeah, the Chariot. She could be a Cancerian for some. You may even be taking her away on holiday, Gemini, to sort of try and smooth things over. Yeah. Okay, Gem. Lovely. Oh, I feel this massive weight lifting off my shoulders. Gemini, you are finally connecting with your heart space. You are. I think at this point, what you're realizing is you were a bit blunt. You're a bit sharp. You weren't emotional about this at all. These are the facts. Sorry about that. Can we forget it? No, Gemini. What you're doing is you're getting the romance back. You're getting the passion back. You are going to be overly affectionate, overly attentive. You're going to tell her she's beautiful. You're going to buy her flowers. You're going to take her for dinner. You're going to take her away on holiday. You're going to lavish love, affection, and attention on her, because what you're realizing is that's what was missing. She may have become cold towards you, Gemini, because she felt that you were being very cold towards her. And the whole thing just slid. Okay. Yeah. You are now sat in self-love, and I think you are bringing love back into the equation, Gemini, and passion. Okay. A renewal of love and passion between you two. The world. Yeah, you could be going away on a lovely holiday. Gemini, you've closed out a cycle of feeling very disconnected from your feelings. Whatever the reason was, whether or not your partner was just all about the stability, all about the kids, ignored you, right? And so you needed to find attention from someone else. Sometimes it does take two to tango. But this is lovely, Gemini, because you are understanding what was missing in this relationship and you're doing something about it. You're doing something about it. Do we have a final card for Gemini? The Sun. This is so lovely. Gemini, you're all about making sure your partner's happy, making sure your kids or your child is happy. You're in it for the long term. I think you've learned a really serious, very difficult lesson. It could be simply to be a lot more emotional, more affectionate, more passionate with your partner. Because up until now, it's been you sitting in your logic. This is my situation. This is my relationship. This is my job. This is what we do on a day-to-day basis. This is my routine. There's been no emotion from you, Gem. You might have been suffering from childhood wounding, going way back. Maybe you had a mother, brought up by a mother who didn't show you love and affection. And so in turn, you found it very difficult to show love and affection to your partner. Maybe, Gemini, you felt your partner was all about the house, the stability, the children, her work, and forgot about you. But this is a renewal of the love and passion between you two. And Gemini, I think this is going to work. This is like a second honeymoon. This is beautiful. Underneath the deck, Gem, yep, Six of Swords. You are going to move to calmer waters. Okay. Everything's going to be sorted out. I think if you are planning a trip away, that is going to cement the love between the two of you once again. It's going to be a very important time, Gem. Okay. So guys, interesting reading. Let me know, particularly my cross watchers, if this resonated. Take care of you guys. And of course, I will be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon. Bye, Gem.